Hello, and I am Justin Pontarelli, and I'm back again doing a little more Interstellar pilot today. And guys, just as a heads up, I just got done eating a little bit of a sub, so I might have a little bit of phlegm from that. Additionally, I do have I do have epilepsy, so my brain's not exactly working perfectly today, so I hope I can get this finished. In any event, I'm gonna have to take this video a little slow. Anyway, though, a simple video. This is actually in response to a question that I got on one of my previous videos about hijacking a Magnus. Although in reality, you can also hijack other ships too. Basically, any ship that you can dock with, you can hijack it, and then later, if you want to, go and sell it for money, or I guess if you don't have the expansion pack, I do believe you could essentially try to keep the hijacked vessel. So, for example, if you didn't have the expansion pack, you can go off and get your own Magnus or Overlord. So, the question I got in this video was real simple. I don't believe in stupid questions. Obviously, if you can't understand how to even dock with the Magnus or the Overlord, then you can't hijack it. Okay. So that's the first step. And that was the question. How do you dock with the ship? How do you dock with the Magnus? How do you dock with an Overlord? Well, I'm going to show you guys right now, okay? So we're going to go through the step-by-step process of how do we get to that point, and how do we do it? How do we dock with these ships? So, obviously, first things first, open up a file, or in this case, I'm going to actually start a new game. Okay, let's go to custom. I've already got the universe size set at small. And in my opinion, that's really all you need. If you want a larger universe, that's up to you, but I like small universes. Let's go with that. Now, obviously, I do have the expansion packs. Okay. So you'll notice at the bottom of my menu, I do have the options to buy both the Fleet Commander starting pack, the starting thing, and the Refinery Owner. And I also have the Interceptor starting ability. Okay, the Interceptor pack. Or I believe it's called the Thunder pack. So, but I want to start off with one of the smaller beginnings. Nothing too amazing. You know what though? I'm feeling like it's an enforcer type of day. So let's start as an enforcer. Okay. You own a fairly capable fighter, uses to take on pirates and raiders. Okay. But in this case, we'll be taking the ship and using it to hijack something. Probably better to start off with a plunderer for this purpose. It'll fit the theme, but that's okay. I want to fly an enforcer today. Okay, so here we go. Step 1, find either a Magnus or an appropriate Overlord that you can actually hijack. Okay, auto-saving, blah, blah, blah. Tells us the sector that we're in, and the class of fighter that we're in, or ship that we're in, and the name of it. So this thing's called the Ambush, and I'm a little rusty, but that's okay. So first things first, let's scan around. You can actually check out to see, oh, we got an abandoned ship. Let's check out this guy here. Nope, not him. There's a mercenary. Target. So here, first step, And I might not be able to do this with him, but let me actually go closer to him anyway, just so he doesn't get out of range. First things first is simply to click on the target, okay? And you can do that manually by clicking like that on something that you see on your screen, or do it this way. Click on your menu at the lower left-hand corner, click on scanner, go to this list. In this case, where there's the mercenary, click on it. Okay. Now, check this out. Now, if you can dock with it, you should be able to click on the thing again in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Okay. Let's go to ship. Let's go to orders. And if you're capable of docking with it, you should have an option lit up that says, hold on, dock at my target. But on the very bottom of my screen, underneath where it says move to my target, the option dock at my target is not lit up. So we cannot dock with an Ares class vessel. So we really need to find an Overlord, or better yet, a Magnus. Okay? So at this point, obviously in this case I could, go ahead and go to that ship, grab it, take it over, trade it in, get some money, but let's focus on the mission at hand. Okay. Now, as an example, click on this thing here, the crayon vessel. Again, lower left-hand corner of your screen, click on those 3 bars. Okay. Now you've already targeted the vessel. As long as the thing has popped up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, you already have it targeted in. Okay. So again, click on the lower left-hand corner option, the 3 bars, then click on ship, then click on orders, then click on, at the very bottom of the navigation column of options, you should have the target or the option lit up that says dock at my target. So to be fair, you cannot dock with a crayon fighter. So in this case, we really do want to look for a Magnus, okay? Which could take a while. All right, I'm not gonna lie, it could take a while. But I'm gonna try to show you some tips on how to actually find a target and dock with it. Okay. So right now, guys, I just want to show you real quickly that I have the expansion pack. And on top of that, I do know you can actually find out how to, or which ones can be docked with. Okay, so let's, now look at that option right there. Okay, on the lower right-hand corner, there's 2 options with this ship. Okay, right above your speed bar, see your little speed bar right there? The little radio option. Okay, and then right next to it is a docking button. Now, I don't know if it's the same thing with ships. Okay, so that's not a big deal. Anyway, now that we're here, let's go to buy ship. Obviously, we don't have the money. We're not going to buy anything. Okay, but check this out. Go down to Magnus EQ. Okay, now this guy's a very common Magnus. If you're going to see any Magnuses flying around, it's probably going to be the Magnus EQ. Click on it. Let's click on info. And I think it's either stats. And yes, at the very bottom of the stats page, Do you see where it says hangar bays? It says 6. That means 6 other ships can fit inside of a Magnus EQ. Now, I don't know if a Magnus can fit inside of a Magnus, and if it can, if you want my opinion, that's bad programming. They need to fix that. Okay? But that's okay. For right now, that's fine. So you can actually dock with the Magnus EQ. So going back, let's check on an Overlord. Info, stats, all the way at the bottom. See how it says Hangar Bays 3? You can dock with an Overlord. Okay. Let's click on an Ares. Now we've already tried this, but just to verify that you can't do it, info, stats, hangar bays, 0. Again, you read down this list, all the way at the bottom it tells you hangar bays 0. You cannot dock with an Ares. Okay. So, and also to confer with the Crayon freighter, info, stats, at the bottom, hangar bays 0. Okay. Now, so what we're gonna do is go out again of the base that we were just at. Let's go to scanner here. Guys, real quick, this is a basic thing to learn. If you're new to the game, it's totally understandable. So go down, again, lower left-hand corner of the screen, click on the 3 bars. That's your main menu. Click on scanner. Now there's a bunch of categories. You want to click on the little ships. Okay? Scroll through the list. Bingo. Target acquired. Let's fly, guys. Perfect. We have a Magnus EQ. The very type I said was very common. This is an equipment dealer. Tells you the name of the ship or the pilot's name. Actually, yeah, the pilot's name is Brute. The pilot is S. Rojo. Okay. Like I said, these guys are relatively common as far as Magnuses are concerned. Actually, and this isn't going to work. For the actual trick, you want a Magnus that's actually going to go someplace to dock someplace for whatever reason. So this won't work. And look at that right there. Do you see how we actually have the ability to dock with it? Just like a station. Right above our little speed bar. Look how you've got the this thing here. You also got the docking option. Okay. But I want to show you the version that will work even with unfriendly ships that will not allow you to dock using this option next to the speed bar. With an unfriendly ship, you can still force docking procedure if you go here. Again, lower left-hand corner, the 3 bars, click on that, click on ship, click on orders, all the way down. See how it says dock at my target? You can dock at the target. Okay? And that's how you would do it. I'll just demonstrate real quick. Boom, ship, orders, dock at my target. And now we're inside the Magnus. See that? You can exit your ship, and here we are inside the Magnus. Click on docking bay, and go back in your own ship, enter ship. Let's exit this, I'll undock, because that Magnus is not going anyplace. We need to find a Magnus, or an Overlord for that matter, that's actually going someplace. So typically you want to scan for a trader vessel, a trading vessel. A vessel that's actually in the process of either trading or going to get repaired. Okay. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly around and look for one. So this could take me a while, but obviously thanks to the magic of the internet and simple editing techniques, in this case, simply pausing the recording. I'm going to go find a vessel, show you what I mean, and then dock with it. So here goes. See you guys soon. Okay, guys, I'm back. Been trying to look for some ships. As you can tell, we're getting an abandoned ship notification. And again, if you look here at the menu, we still do have the equipment dealer in sight, but again, he's not going anywhere. So what we're doing is we're looking at this station, hoping that some kind of Magnus trading vessel will be going there to do some trading, because that's probably the easiest way to pull off this trick. However, I just unpaused, or I should say, yeah, resumed recording in order to give you guys like a pro tip. If you want to pull this thing off, okay, if you really want to try to hijack a Magnus or an Overlord, okay, it typically helps to have one in sight. So if you start a new file and you want to do this like right away, okay, you really want a Magnus really badly, you really want an Overlord, okay, you really can't hijack things like this, or the, where'd he go, or this guy here, again, unless they're going someplace. So real quick, how do you tell where they're going? Click on them, okay, go to the 3 bars in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, go to Target, go to Scan, and look at the top left-hand corner of your screen. You're going to see scan results, Overlord class, or the class of the ship. Underneath that is where it says order. If it says idle, it means it's just sitting around doing nothing. Okay. Now you're going to want to look for a ship that you can dock with where it says order, going to repair, or trading. Okay. If it's trading or going to repair someplace, then it's going to go dock at a station. And if it's not going to dock at a station, then the thing is useless. So in this case, one of my pro tips is this. If you're not finding any good ships to dock with, and you've been looking around, it's okay to simply start a new file, because in this case, you're not getting anywhere with these ships. Like, these guys are traders. They're actually trading vessels. Okay? But you can't dock with those. Again, same here. You cannot dock with that thing. Watch, I'll show you. Scan here. Okay, remember? Ship, orders, all the way down at the bottom of the navigation menu. It does not say dock at my target. It's not available. You cannot do it. Okay? So, now remember, you can dock with him, but he's not going to be docking at a station. And to pull off this trick, you need to dock at a station. Okay? Let's see here, we got this. No, it's not going to work. Never mind. So, again, pro tip. If you're not finding any good Magnuses or Overlords to dock with that are actually going someplace to either to get repaired or to do some active trading, then my advice, move on, start a new game. So let's do that. Go to menu. Let's go to quit. Yep, we're okay. We're sure we want to quit. Let's see, where are we here? Here we go. Let's go to load game. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this thing. Okay. Again, let's go to new game. Custom. Next. This time, let's actually try a plunderer. Okay? That'll be nice. We can actually fly around faster looking for something to hijack. Okay. "20 minutes into the video. Here we are. Still going at it. Perfect. Okay. This looks like a dark spot. Anyway, scanner. Oh yeah, we're part of a bandit team. This might be fun, or it might be scary. Okay, so in this situation, what do you do? Well, let's go to log. Let's go to universe map. You usually want to go to a place where there's a planet. Let's go to that one over there. Okay. So let's go there. Okay, so I'm going to go to the other place where there's an actual planet to investigate. Because usually with the planets you have trading stations. Okay, I'm going to pause. I'll see you again. Okay, guys. Justin Pontarelli is back. And we do actually have another file again, another map to play on. This one's actually the biggest map because I decided that when you're playing on a small map, you're only getting so many options to go hunting through. And on the biggest size map, there's lots of planets, which means lots of potential ships that will spawn. In this case, we're at another area where we could potentially have a ship, or I should say a planet, to go searching around, and a potential trade station. And I found the perfect target. Okay. So once again, how did I find it? Okay, and how do you go about finding it, first of all? Okay. So I got this thing paused. Yeah, got it paused. So anytime you enter a sector, you're going to want to click on the button in the lower left-hand corner. Okay? 3 bars. See it? Click on scanner. Click on the ships button, which will actually be highlighted by default. Okay. Scroll carefully and slowly through the list. Now, see this thing here? Bingo. Now look at this right here. Look at this right here. See how it says trader next to it? The first word is trader. That's a trading vessel, which means the computer is going to use it for trading. That's what you want to look for. There's lots of traders, as you can see, in this area. Other than the patrollers, a couple bandits, lots of them are traders. See that? So I can tell by looking at the icon what kind of ship it is. So that's how I knew it was a Magnus. Okay? So you click on it. It confirms for us it's a Magnus. What next? How do we know that it's actually going to be transporting cargo? Other than the fact that it says trader next to the name. So again, we're going to click on the bars in the lower left-hand corner. Let's click target. Now we've already have this thing targeted, because we have it clicked on. Let's go to scan. Again, in the upper left-hand corner, under where it says scan results, you're going to see the class of the ship. In this case, a Magnus A class ship. Then finally, the order. In other words, what is it currently trying to do? In this case, it wants to go about selling meta packs, which is fine. Let's go for this thing, okay? Just so you guys understand here, at the bottom there's 3 options: cargo, Components and hangar. Click on hangar. No docked ships found, but we know it can hold docked ships. And what's nice about this one is he's actually highlighted in yellow next to his name in the upper right corner. Which means we're not exactly on friendly terms with this team that he's on. He's on a team, and we're not exactly friendly with them. So if I simply go up to him and try to dock with him, he should not let me dock. So the question becomes, how do we do it? Let's find out. We're going to unpause. And here comes some really fancy flying, or so I hope. And once we're like right next to him, we're going to pause it again. Just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, okay? Because I want to show you guys the manual or hard way to do this. Hopefully no one shoots at me while I'm out here. Now he shouldn't shoot at me, we're not at war. Okay, so let's, okay, click, bingo, so we paused it. Okay. Now you do see the option, so we're going to go ahead and try it. So right next to the speed bar, near the lower right-hand corner, right above the speed bar, you have the option to try to talk to them. And pause it again. And to the right of that, you're going to have the option to potentially dock with the vessel. Let's try that first. It says dock denied. In the upper left-hand corner, look at it real quick, upper left-hand corner. Okay. Oops, where'd it go? Well, okay. My apologies, guys. Okay, there, paused. Click on it. Okay. Well, in any event, once you try to click on the docking icon in the lower right-hand corner, you'll notice it doesn't let you. Okay? So the question becomes, how do you get around that? We want to get on this ship. Okay? Again, click on the icon in the lower left-hand corner. It has 3 bars. Then click on ship. Then click on orders. And at the very bottom of the navigation menu that we're already on, click on dock at my target. Then unpause. And there we go. Now if you weren't paused, okay, you could simply click on your target vessel, go to the orders menu, click on dock at my target, and your ship should automatically fly towards it and force its way on board, and boom, we're docked. We're docked on an enemy vessel, or a vessel that's not friendly with us. Okay? Because you know they're not friendly with you when they won't allow you to dock. So then, just to review the last part of this actual glitch, the hijacking glitch. Let's do that right now. Simply unpause. He's going to go someplace. I'll just exit the ship. This is in the lower left-hand corner. Exit ship. So we're just kind of flying around inside the Magnus. Or I should say we're inside the Magnus and we're flying around, okay? And we could have checked beforehand where he was going, but that doesn't matter. Space in this area is really big. There's lots of empty space. This could take a while, so the question becomes, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for him to actually go to his target. And that's when the magic can start to happen. I'm kind of rusty. I haven't played for a while, so forgive me if I mess this up. But since we do have a target, we could always try again if we really needed to, okay? So I'm just going to pause it for right now. And I'll come back to you guys when we're actually in range of something. Now, unfortunately, we can't go scanning because, you know, it's just not going to happen. But anyway, I don't see anything in view. So from here, I'll just kind of do some manual stuff, and I'll just pause it and get back to you when there's an actual ship around, or an actual station around to dock with. Here goes. Okay, guys, we're back. And we've unpaused it. And we've already, we've already went ahead and exited the ship. So we're docked, we're exited. Okay, we're on board the Magnus ship. Go to log in the upper right-hand corner. Go to sector map. And we're almost at this trade station, so I'm guessing that's where he's going to be dropping off his goods. So any moment now, we're going to be seeing some results of our little trick that we just did. Don't do anything. Wait until this thing leaves. Won't take very long. So once we're inside a station, any time now, we'll exit. Okay. And that should be it. Okay. So at this point, it's just kind of a review from the previous video. Okay, about hijacking a Magnus. So I hope you've already understood how to go about getting on the ship in the first place, how to dock with these things. And we did have to perform a manual docking procedure as opposed to using just the button. Okay, so that was great. Okay. And at this point we're actually inside the Magnus, and it looks like we're in control of it, but we're really not. Even though you're seeing the weapons menu on the right-hand side, and even though we're seeing some really strange options here, you can actually go into the docking bay, but we don't want to actually dock with. We don't want to actually enter our ship. We want to try to get this ship to go places. So first of all, you see how this thing doesn't want to actually follow our commands? Okay. There's a reason for that. Okay. Let's go to log. Let's go to property. See, it might be ours. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, no, it's really not. It's not our ship yet. Because it doesn't come up in the property menu. Okay. And it wants to re-engage the autopilot, and it wants to go do its, trading run. So how do we fix that? Well, we want to give this thing... I believe we want to give this thing a manual command. So let's go ahead and go here, I think. So you can turn off autopilot and it will let you go places. Let's do this first. Let's actually go to log. Let's go to properties. Let's click this. Yeah, can't really do it that way. You can probably do it paused a lot faster. We're going to try to do this the fun way. So again, turn off autopilot, go to log, let's go to property, click on this, go to orders, click on number 1. Assign to fleet number 1. Okay. Didn't work, did it? No, it did. I think it did work. Okay. So that should have worked. So the essential part of this trick is that once you've entered into the ship, once it's exited the station that it wants to go to, okay, you go to log, or I'm sorry, first of all, knock out its autopilot, go to log, go to properties, click on the thing, orders, then assign it to a fleet, and that should be fine. Once you've done that, it should re-engage autopilot. At this point, let's just go ahead and give it an order. Let's go to log. Let's go to property. Click on the ship. Go to orders. Let's go to, I don't know, dock at this thing, I guess. Dock at the nearest station, I guess. In this case, it was the thing I think we just got out of it. Okay. We just got away from this thing in the first place. Now you know that the trick has actually worked. You have actually properly hijacked this thing when the control of the thing actually changes over. And the funny thing is, it still looks like it was under enemy control. Okay. So let's do this. Let's go to log. Let's go to property. And it looks like it's ours now. Okay, let's just double check that. Let's click on the warrior, the hornet that we started with. Let's go to enter. Let's go to undock. Here we are, right? Let's click on this thing. Let's dock with it. Let's go to log, properties. Look at this. Click on it. Enter it. Okay. Let's get rid of autopilot. In the right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner, disable the autopilot. Undock. Now we can fly around. Check that out, right? Pretty cool, right? Click on log, upper right-hand corner. Click on property. It is now ours. You want to make sure? No problem. Click on hornet, click on enter, click on undock. See the little blue arrow? Look at that. It's got a blue box around it. You know what that means, right? It means it's yours. You want to double check? Click on it. See how it says control in the upper right hand corner? That's the name of the ship, right? Magnus A class. In parentheses it says player, because I haven't changed my, team name or my player name or my pilot name. Look at that. It's not going nowhere. It's yours. Go to log, properties. Bingo, it's right there. It's not even assigned to a fleet anymore. Okay? It's yours. So, if you want to go fully go through this tutorial on how to hijack these things, then, link, go to the original video that I made. But this video hopefully answers the question, how do I dock with these ships in the first place? That was the main question, was how to dock with these ships. I hope I explained it pretty thoroughly. Okay. I didn't want to just type it out because it's, in my opinion, it's a lengthy explanation, but this was more fun for me to do it this way. At this point, what can you do with your ship? Well, I don't got a lot of money, so I guess I could sell my little guy here and just take over flying this big thing. But let's be honest let's be honest here, I don't like these things. They're slow. They have literally no anti-missile capabilities. I could use it as a giant trading ship, and I could make some money that way. But to make money trading, you have to have money to begin with, and I really don't. So let's do this. Ship, docking bay. Let's enter into that thing. Let's undock. Okay, let's go to log, property. Let's put this thing on a fleet for the fun of it. So click on him, on the Magnus, click orders, assign to fleet number 1. Guys, if you've never done fleet settings before, this is pretty simple. Okay. Let's make him go back to the base, or back to that big base. So go to orders. Let's go to dock at. Let's dock at the trade station again. Get out of the menus. We're going to watch as he very slowly turns around. Okay. Unlike the little Hornet that I'm driving, this thing is slow. Doesn't turn very fast. I'm not trying to put it down. But compared to the Overlord class, it's not as good. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna enter into this thing here. And we're gonna go to the docking bay. Let's go into my Magnus. Click enter. Kill the autopilot. And guys, let's be honest. If you want to keep it, keep it. Okay? Play with it, blow stuff up, get into fights, whatever you want to do. Honestly, what I would do, I prefer to sell it. Why? Now I can make my own base. Now I can buy more smaller ships. Okay, I could buy a proper freighter and actually have money to actually do trading. And to be fair, if I find another ship to hijack, I could have well over 1 million credits. Okay? But it's up to you. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the Magnus class. If you want a giant flagship, I prefer the Overlord. Okay? But personally, I'd rather have a lot of smaller ships, like the like the Hornet, or the other ship that I was flying before at one point, the Flyers, the Flyer X. Or, let's be fair, my favorite ship is currently the Orion, or the Orion X. They're fairly fast, they've got a lot of decent weapons points, or weapon hard points on them. They can shoot, you know, the nice interceptor missiles. Okay. In terms of what I'm flying right now, at this point I could take this thing and equip it a lot better than it is now. Anyway, that's it though for this video. So I hope that, you know, fully explains how to go about hijacking a ship. Okay, or at least fully explains how to get on the ship in the first place. Which was exactly what we were trying to explain. Okay? So, yeah, that's it. So obviously if you can't understand how to get on them in the first place or how to dock with them, then this isn't going to work. So I hope after this review video that everything is explained a lot better in terms of how to at least dock with the ship that you intend to hijack. Okay. And guys, for anybody that's thinking to themselves, I'm really putting down the Magnus. I'm really not. But when I first got my first Magnus, you know, I loved it. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, you can put laser 5s on them. So they have good range, good firepower. But they really lack speed. They have a horrible turning radius. And since you can't launch these little ECMs, okay, those little things right there, they have really bad anti-missile defense. So if you start to get swarmed by a lot of ships that shoot missiles, you could see yourself dying really fast. Despite the fact that you can equip them with really nice shielding, they're not that good, okay? I've said it before, if you want a nice flagship, you're going to want to go with an Overlord X, or just a regular Overlord, okay? Because you can at least put the anti-missile ECMs onto those ships. They're also relatively sturdy. And even though they don't have as many weapon hardpoints as the Magnus, they still have good firepower, okay? And you can still put some ships inside of those as well. You can still dock with an Overlord also, okay? So I hope that explains things. And as far as why I bought the expansion pack, okay, it's because in order to make trade stations and refineries, you need to have ships with enough docking, or sorry, not docking, but enough cargo space to hold these things in the cargo bay. And these things right here, and refineries, are the real reason that I wanted the expansion packs. Because I wanted to make myself my own trade station. But without a nice ship that can actually hold the cargo, well, you can't buy these things. Okay, if you can't hold it, you can't buy it. Okay, try it for yourself, guys. You need the expansion pack to buy these things. Okay? And after, of course, buying the expansion packs, you can also buy your own Magnuses and Overlords, as well as the Ares class and the Krion freighters. And with that being said, that's my opinion. Hope I've clarified how to actually dock with Magnus's, Overlords, basically any ship you can dock with. I hope I've explained that, and especially if they're not going to allow you to dock. In fact, real quick, let's see if I can demonstrate this again, okay? Real quick, before we stop the video here. So in this case, go up to it, click on it. In that case, it let you dock in that case. If it hadn't, click on it. Click on the three bars in the lower left-hand corner. Click on Ship. Click on Orders. Scroll all the way down to the bottom of the navigation menu and click Dock at My Target. And there you go. Exit your ship. Don't undock, but exit. And then wait until this thing docks with wherever it's supposed to be going to. But of course, this thing is a Magnus EQ, which means it's acting like a mobile trade station, which means it's not docking anywhere. And just in case you don't believe me, enter ship, undock. Where'd it go? Here he is. Click on him. Click on target, scan, and in the upper left-hand corner, under scan results, under where it says Magnus EQ, next to where it says order, you're going to see that it says patrol or idle. If it says patrol or idle, it's not actually going to dock at a base. You need it to dock at a base. Any kind of base. Okay, any kind of station. If it's going to do some trading, that's the best bet. You want to get on board a Magnus or an Overlord that has orders to trade. Okay? And as long as it's actively going someplace to do some trading, to either buy stuff or sell stuff, hop on board it. Otherwise, ignore it. Okay? Quick thing though before I end, I guess. If you actually find a heavily damaged Magnus or Overlord, okay, that's not a trading vessel, it might be going to actually repair itself. In that case, you might be able to hop on board and hijack it, but chances are if it's heavily damaged, it's for a good reason. Okay, so take that into consideration. So this is, of course, Justin Pontarelli of the Hornet Warrior signing off and saying, guys, until next time, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.